Okay, all right. Well, we're going to be straight up this time because this is like take 8, and every single time I like cry about it, and I don't mean to be a bitch because mama didn't raise no bitch, but God, man, this is personal. Based on the title of the video, you see that I said that I was quitting, kind of, and that is so misleading, and I apologize, okay? But it's the truth. Content creating has been a dream of mine since I was, maybe, I don't know, 12 years old. The story of how it, how it's turned out these last like 8 years is actually kind of funny. I had to restart content creating twice. It just kind of sucks that way. Anyways, not gonna get into that. I still love content creating. I still love editing the videos. I'm just too busy fighting demons in my head, pretty much. I feel like this has turned into a rat race for me. I do not enjoy this at all anymore. And matter of fact, I dropped out of school for an entire year to try to pursue this. Dude, I'm in the same fucking spot I was a year and a half ago. I'm just now seeing improvement because I'm starting not to care anymore, which is crazy how you really like how that really just like wraps your head. But like mentally, I'm not in a good spot, and I don't ever want to admit that because like men's mental health is always the worst. I think about that to me too. So I sit here and I'm like, yeah, you know what? Quit being a bitch. But really, this video doesn't even have to go out, but I'm going to put this out here because I need to hold myself accountable and also be a little more personal, I guess, No, I just need to put this out here to hold myself accountable. I don't know what the future holds. I am going through way too much right now, mentally and physically, that I cannot even, like, by the end of the week, I'm going to forget that I even probably uploaded this video. It hurts for me to say that, It hurts for me to say that I'm quitting because in more ways than not that I really am. I'm really like breaking the cycle for myself that tells me that I need to be doing this because I think it's a job. And honestly, because I think it's a job, I have quit enjoying all of this. Now, the few viewers I get, I definitely continue to stream specifically for them. Some people use it as an escape. Some people, I recently got a text message saying that somebody started working day shifts and they're like, I need your stream. I said, sorry, man, I work mostly nights. I had another viewer tell me that my videos and my streams helped him from not, himself. And I'm like, oh. Like, I never think that I have that much of an impact on anybody. I think I'm just a man behind a camera. I think about it too much. But that's always been my sole purpose as a content creator, is to put smiles on people's faces. To be able to provide something for the everyday viewer, for the come and go viewer, something that they could remember when they're watching the stream. The issue for that though is that I cannot be happy on stream if I'm not happy now. Matter of fact, I feel like my life is so out of control, it's not even funny. And I get that it's not always going to be better, but the problem is that like the difference is that I do not have a general roadmap. Like how in every roadmap you can have like 20 different roads to go through. I don't have any. I am the same person that I was 2 years ago, and that's a problem for me. I need to change that. I want to change that. Does this mean that I have to sacrifice content creating in order to do that? I don't know. I will tell you, if this computer dies before I have the money to buy another computer, you might as well call it wraps. Honestly, I don't even know how this thing has been surviving for 5 years. Of course, it did give me issues today, but me turning 23, having surgery, and seeing all these medical bills, I just realized, I'm like, man, I'm just not where I want to be. And I've been thinking about that, especially while socializing more this year. Because in the beginning of the year, I told myself I would socialize with my friends more often, and that I would like prioritize like life over this. And ever since I've started doing that, I've been so much more peace of mind. It's not even funny. Like, it's actually kind of sad, I'm not gonna lie. And there's this whole big debate about whether or not, content creating is getting any better, any worse, yada yada. The industry itself is the industry as it is. My main issue as a content creator these last 2 years is the fact that I have never been able to monetize it because I've never put myself out there personally to be a little more personal with my brand. And that's nobody's fault but mine. But honestly, I could be so far ahead in life, it's not even funny. I decided to choose this road because it was the road that I love and that I've always wanted to do. and be a part of and all this other stuff. And I still want to do it, but I think it's time for a new beginning. Maybe somewhere around the road. I don't know the plan. But like I said, this video is coming out because I have grinded so hard, at least what I think I have, to the point where I just cannot stand doing this anymore because I am just not happy. I spent a week away from this once, and it's been hard to come back to ever since, because I've realized that I have made this into a rat race, and it's I don't really enjoy doing this anymore. Maybe I've gotten older. I mean, a lot of my viewers come and go because they have gotten older. They've graduated college, high school, yada yada. Being around people is healthy. And I'm not around people while I do this, because the main issue is that I have sacrificed a lot of connections and social aspects in life for this. And I kind of want to take it back in some way, shape, or form. Now, I can act one way over a microphone and a camera. I miss the days I didn't even have a camera, to be honest. And I think that's the biggest adjustment that I have not been able to do it, because God knows where I would be as a faceless content creator. And all honesty, I think my editing is so much better when I don't use a camera. Does this mean that I'm going to start all over and then not be able, take the camera out? Fuck if I know. I don't know why I'm still going back to that. But life just isn't the way it used to be. And everybody needs to move on from certain things. And sometimes you can see it as failure, and other times you can see it as a new stepping stone. Your history is based on whatever you want to look at it. You can keep looking at the negatives. I dare everybody to look at everything that happens as a positivity. Everything as positive, I look at this as a possibility of it being a new stepping stone for a better career ahead of me, a better life, a happier life, a life that I really want to live, the life that I really enjoy having, because everybody has to have some sort of happiness ever so often in order to keep having a feeling to live. And that's the rat race that I want to chase right now, is to live a life that I want to live. I don't want to be some slob that sits next to a camera the entire time and make myself worse. And that will happen if I continue to do it. I do not have a healthy balance of this, and I need to have a healthy balance of this, which is why I don't know when the break's going to start. And I don't know whether or not a break will start. Whenever that break does happen, I will still be active in my Discord server. I will still be uploading on my personal Instagram account. Twitter's a hellhole, dude. I can't fucking stand Twitter. Y'all will be lucky if I'm still on that, okay? But honestly, I can't tell you what's going to happen. And I don't want those who use my content as an escape to not have something. I want to be able to continue to provide for everybody, but I need to find a way to provide for myself so I can continue to provide for other people, and pretty much set in stone. This has not been the road that I thought it would end up being, but it is the road that it is. And I don't like the road that it's on, because there are many different exits on a road, and you get to choose one of them whenever you want to. One last thing I will say is that I do appreciate everybody that has come up to me and told me, saying, hey, if you ever need somebody to talk to, you can come and talk to me. And I appreciate that. I really do. That does mean a lot. The issue is that I don't, the situation that I have right now, I don't want to talk the talk. I want to do the do. If that makes any sense. I don't want to talk the talk. I want to do the work. I'm always exhausted because I spend way too much time stressing over uploading every single day and maximizing engagement and all this stuff when I don't even do that. I don't. I really don't. I just go with the flow. And I need to quit doing that. I need some sort of a structure. I got too much of an ADHD mind not to have a structure. And I need to rebuild the structure that I once had that made me successful in every way, shape, or form. Work, content creating, and everything like that. I love every single one of you guys. But I have failed you guys and myself. And I'm sorry. there is so much potential, and I recognize that, and I definitely think that we can be successful together. I just am not okay enough to continue to try to be successful with this. And that's one thing that I had to admit myself, which killed me for months on end. So that's that. I can't believe I actually got this video done. I was crying. I would like shed a tear, and I'm like, fuck, maybe the camera didn't see it. I go back to the camera, and then you do see it, which sucks. But hey, you know what? But now I have to upload this and actually do it. So after this video is uploaded, I'll go on with my life, and I'll figure out what I need to do to make this all happen again. I might be gone for a day or two. I might not be gone for a day or two. I will take it day to day, and I will see what lies ahead. I don't want this to be a goodbye. I'll say that much. Why the fuck am I being emotional? If this isn't a goodbye, why am I being Anyways, I'm gonna end the video. Alright. And like I do for every stream, love you guys. Y'all stay ballin'. Fuck it, we ball. Y'all have a great rest of your day.